I keep telling myself not to wing YouTube videos because then my editing process is a lot longer, but whatever. I haven't posted in a very long time. Anyways, I'm still going at it. I still enjoy putting on makeup and talking about it. And what I found is I kind of want to document my journey with makeup and just look back at it in the future. So that is what this goal is turning into. Welcome. Today I will be doing a summer look. This summer specifically, I'm super into orange and I love orange everywhere. On my eyes, my cheeks, my lips, everything I want to be orange. So I'm using MAC and Face and Body. My purpose for this foundation was because I wanted a very thin consistency. Another way, if you have a thicker foundation and you don't really want to buy a thin consistency foundation, but you maybe want to give it a shot, you could try mixing your thicker foundation with moisturizer, and that could thin it out a little bit. I think before this I used the Milani concealer and foundation in one, and that was good. Just the color in drugstores, you can't really open them up and try them out. And I was watching a Lisa Eldridge video and she was talking about how she likes MAC Face and Body because it's got pigment and it's almost like a tinted moisturizer, but the pigment lasts a little bit longer than a tinted moisturizer. And my work days at the time were very long, so I'm like, okay, if I buy that, then I could just, you know, it'll last the whole day. So up next, I would probably go to eyes. I've had this for a while. This is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I like it because it's very creamy. It's non-drying for my eyelids. My skin tends to be dry and sensitive, and this paint pot, like, I trust it won't pull on my skin, and it's worked out for me. The color of it also cancels out some discoloration on my eyelids and allows the actual powder shadow to shine through. So this is where we get to the fun part. I love eyeshadow, and I have a couple of palettes that would do the trick. I have the MAC one, Flamboyant. Then I have this one that I picked up in Winners called La Dama de Flores by Cara Beauty. I've never heard of Cara Beauty, but I really liked this little palette. And this is basically an orange palette. And this is why going on a no-buy can be quite useful, because I was looking at Viseart shadows and I haven't tried Viseart yet. And they had a eyeshadow palette that was orange. Spritz. It was called Spritz. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love orange right now. Wouldn't it be great to have an orange eyeshadow palette? And also, I really like palettes that have the removable eyeshadows, like Natasha Denona or ColourPop. So then I can move around eyeshadows and create my own palettes. And then a couple days later, I look at this. Is that not an orange eyeshadow palette? This whole half. And I think that palette had 12 shadows. This has 12 shadows. It's an orange eyeshadow palette. Anyways, so then I went around in my collection and I gathered all my orange eyeshadows. And this is what my orange palette looks like. I popped that one in because I was going for a summer look. It would be nice to add some, like, a yellow shadow just for like a summer sky look with pink, orange, and yellow. That would be cool. Anyways, that's all to say, like, instead of piling up more eyeshadow palettes, I really just had to look around at the ones that I already have. A content creator that I follow, Hannah Louise Poston, she talks a lot about paying attention to your spending and your emotions when you are spending and researching what you want to get and all that anticipation. It goes into a lot of detail that I've enjoyed listening to. I don't think I ever felt like I had a spending problem, but I definitely did feel that I was buying a lot of makeup and eyeshadows. I'm gonna look for a color that is peachy to a light orange. This is an eyeshadow from the Yes Please palette, and in a darker orange I'm gonna mix it for some depth. I'm gonna use this color from, this is from Metropolis. See, and this is another thing, the reason why I started purchasing eyeshadow palettes that you can easily depot. I've just broken this eyeshadow. Anyways, this is from a Morphe palette. Could be the Jaclyn Hill one, could be a different one. So a lot of these circle ones are from old Morphe shadows. So yeah, it just fell there. I'm not gonna bother cleaning it up right now. I like the technique from Natasha Denona where she uses a darker shadow and pats it like on the lid, unless I'm making things up. Maybe that's not her technique, and then she'll use a lighter shadow to blend it out. But I think for today, I'm gonna use the lighter color and I'm gonna pat that all over my lid, and then I'll use a darker color for the outer eye part. I'll try this one. It's the Rephr 2 brush. Oh, that is so light. Okay, that is very light. And that's another thing. When I have too many eyeshadows or products, I don't know them well enough to know how they're gonna perform on me. So that would be another point for not buying that many things and just getting to know what you have. So yeah, that looks like a nice almost pastel color. I'm gonna use the same shade for blush and going in with a smaller blending brush. This is the Rephr 13. Just for some depth, the outer corner there. Again, I'm not a makeup professional by any means. I'm just enjoying makeup. This is a Rephr 28 because I'm not sure where I put the other flat shader brush. I'm just packing on more of that color. Another thing that I've enjoyed during my low buy / no buy experience is that I see my makeup collection being used, and it's just satisfying to see pans on eyeshadows. Yeah. All right, so that is what I'll do. Now I'm gonna go into a darker color for eyeliner. I'm gonna use that black. This is from the James Charles palette. Okay, so I just used an eyeliner brush to put on some eyeliner with that black shade from the James Charles palette. That's another reason why I like powdered products, because they don't expire as quickly, but do at your own risk, because there is a recommended time for when you should use that product, and mine's like way past it, but I still use it because yeah, it's been fine with me. Okay, so now I'm gonna put on some bronzer, and sometimes I would go in with like a cream bronzer and then blend it out and then layer a powder bronzer on top, but I think today I'm just gonna go straight with the powder bronzer. This is the 22 from Rephr. This is a beautiful brush, and I'm just using that palette from Wiley with Physicians Formula that came out a while ago. I think these are my last 2 bronzers. I really like these butter bronzers, and I finished 2 of them over the course of like 3 years. Oh no, I have to blend that out. But since I bought the palette, this palette, then I just want to finish up these bronzers before purchasing any other bronzers. I'll use this brush. This is the 18 from Rephr. Not that it matters. Again, the brushes that you use, I enjoy Rephr. They're very soft, they're not prickly, but I definitely got them on sale because I don't got money to spend 100 American on a brush, you know? But I definitely treated myself. Oh, I was gonna go in with this peachy looking blush, which would definitely work, but I'm gonna stay true to my word, and I'm gonna use this one. And this brush is able to fit in there. And yeah, I just start packing on the color and keep adding and adding. And honestly, I have so much eyeshadow that I actually don't think I need to buy blush. But a year ago or so, no, probably more, maybe 2 years ago, I was at a drugstore and I decided to purchase different blushes because I was getting into makeup and I just wanted to try them out, see what they're like. But look at that, like this is from this little eyeshadow. This is one of the ColourPop eyeshadows from the palette, so it's like tiny. And this brush is able to get in there and I could diffuse the color. And there you go, you have blush. But I think for the lips, I won't be using eyeshadow. Technically, you could, like if you put some lip balm and then just pat this over it. I don't think it would be that unsafe. If we're able to put this on our eyes, why can't we put it on our lips? And that happens to me sometimes where my under eyes look way too bright. Again, I just enjoy makeup. I'm not here for professional looks or anything. So I'm okay with it. And I'm just using that same shadow. I'm just gonna keep packing on this color to the under eye area so that it's a little bit more balanced between the under eye and the upper part of the eye. Okay, and I do have that darker orange, so I'm gonna try to also add the same dark orange to the under eye, which I'm a little bit afraid of because it could mess up my look. That's not bad. And it definitely adds some definition. So another thing, wherever you place your brush first, that's where the pigment will be the most pronounced. So ideally I could place my brush in this area first, and that will just help to keep the outer parts of my eyes darker and open up the inner part of my eye a little bit more. But yeah, to me it's worth it to go through this whole process of putting on makeup because I honestly enjoy it. It's like my meditation time. And my brows, I think I'm gonna leave them alone today. I think there's some leftover black eyeshadow from when I did the liner. So black might be a little too stark, tapping in the color very lightly. Whatever's left over, and you can barely tell a difference between this brow and this brow. And for a lighter liner look, you could use a lighter brown color. That's the same purpose of mascaras. Like sometimes you'll see brown mascaras instead of black mascaras. It's just a different look. It's just a little bit lighter. But honestly, you could use eyeshadow for everything. You could use eyeshadow for powder in your eyebrows, for blush like I did, for highlight. You know, you could go in with a brush to a shimmery color and just place it there. Yeah, it's awesome. Last but not least, I'm just going to put on my lips, and then that'll be the end of the look. So I just went in with the NYX lip liner in London, and then that's what it would look like with layered with more on. And then I'll still layer this one on from NYX. And there you go. That's it. That's it for my orange look, my orange summer look. I apologize if the pink background is kind of throwing off the colors, but on the mirror, it looks extremely peachy and orange, whereas on the phone, you can see the orange, but perhaps it's just being thrown off by the very pink wall. But that's it. I didn't even put on mascara. Truth be told, I don't really like mascara. I hate removing it, though it does define the eyes very nicely. And anyways, and with the liner, like my eyes are very well defined. You can repeat this process with any color. Say it was a plummy, magenta, reddish, dark reddish, whichever colors you want. You can just make your own monochromatic look. I hope you've enjoyed my video.